So, guys, if you saw Superman over the last weekend, of course, we're going to the second weekend, making it's made $230 million right now, so doing pretty well, but still hasn't made its money back. But still, I bet the second weekend will still just as good. But two big characters that everybody's been talking about is Mr. Terrific, who's played by Eddie Gothard, and he's great. I like Eddie, and he's so good. He's so good. And Skyler's also good as Jimmy Olson. But Jimmy Olson's like a whole different character. He's like the ladies' man. I guess every girl wants to be with Jimmy. He's got some kind of like awkward, kind of suave feeling for him. But because of this, I guess people love him so much, James Gunn already has ideas for a Mr. Terrific spinoff and a Jimmy Olson spinoff, kind of in the lieu of what they've been doing with Peacemaker over there on HBO Max. I want to see more of Eddie as Mr. Terrific. Like, he actually won me over quite a bit in Superman. And Jimmy Olson, he's good enough. But like his own series, I just don't know if that's necessary, guys. I think I know where GR stands on that overall. But give Mr. Terrific an opportunity. He's fantastic. That's fun. It's again kind of a hero's journey on his own right. Find out more about his character, see more about his technology. And but Jimmy, like it's gonna be like at the Daily Planet. I just don't know how that's gonna work right now. But we'll talk about it, guys. What do you guys think about this? A lot happening here with Superman. Yeah. You know what? Because I know he's going to be short, sweet, and to the point about this. GR, how excited are you about these spinoffs? Do either of these characters deserve a spinoff over there on HBO Max, in your opinion?
I'm sorry. The hero, yes, he was good. I like him.
Mr. Terrific,
Jimmy Olsen, I'm sorry, that wasn't Jimmy Olsen in that movie.
Oh, boy. Not my Jimmy.
It's not GR's Jimmy.
Not my
But GR, right? He's a whole different character, and I think he did good though. GR, he was fun.
He's a good actor, but that doesn't make him Jimmy Olsen.
Do you see any kind of path that can make a full series out of his character though, without having all the characters from Superman there?
In a word, hell no. Okay, 2 words.
But Mr. Terrific could work, I think, because they could do his own kind of storyline, take him in a different direction, right? And like do backstory, maybe do the Justice Gang as well. That could be fun.
Yeah, he was good in the movie. I liked him.
Yeah, Eddie did great. I saw him on the red carpet, GR, and he was like, they were talking about Superman. He's like, this is the first time I'm actually seeing it, because everyone was telling him, hey, you're like, you're stealing the show constantly. He goes, I'm stealing the show? I didn't know that was a scene stealer. People are calling me a scene stealer. He goes, I haven't even seen it. What's up? How's it going? I'm like, yep, not my Jimmy from 1940s, Jordan says. Welcome, Jordan. Jordan's giving you trouble on a Wednesday, GR.
He's not a Jimmy Olsen from the 60s.
I don't know. It's intriguing. I'm fascinated by this. You know, they're trying to build off this DC universe and make a whole new thing. So they're two fun characters that are different and told fun in the storyline. So, like, why not? I mean, I don't know. Luke, did you see Superman yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited to see it. And like Jimmy Olsen was actually something that I had read about, Skyler Gisondo.
Yeah.
When he received his audition, he had no idea he was going in for the audition of Jimmy Olsen. He thought he was auditioning for Superman. And they said, no, it's for Jimmy Olsen. Yeah. He was like, oh, okay. And it was like, that makes more sense. And then he got it. And, you know, he's a great actor, though. He's like everything that has been great.
And he's a lot of fun because he does have this, like, he still kind of has the awkwardness about him in it, but absolutely, it's just like all the women are like kind of flirting with him and winking at him and stuff as he's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's like, you know, when you're like 17 and you're like 16 maybe and you're first dating, maybe even 12. I don't know. These kids are getting younger dating, but maybe you're just first dating and you're seeing the girl across the room. It kind of had that feeling for me. It was fun.
Right. I'm excited to see his kind of like awkward humor, almost like Adam Brody, Seth Cohen-esque from the OC, just kind of the goofy, awkward but charming humor that he always brings to any character. And if he can play it like that, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I'm going to try and see it this weekend.
Yeah, you should check it out. Jordan said better than CIA Jimmy from the Snyderverse. Yeah, he felt more like in line of like the tone of it all. But what do you think about this too? A movie does great, and they say, okay, now what kind of side stories can we do? Do you think that's a good idea right there, or do you think it could actually hurt the idea of what Superman brought to the big screen?
I don't think it could. Depending on what the story was, I think that it could absolutely help and maybe even improve the Superman story. I don't know what they're planning on doing with this Superman ongoing, but I mean, depending on the actors wanting to do it, I mean, it almost feels like it's just like a wrap up of kind of how they do the Marvel universe of everybody's in everything, and they just got to flip around and this and that. I don't see any harm in it. Sometimes you get really good spinoffs. It happens. So depending on what the script looks like it could absolutely be incredible, or who knows,
Dude, Peacemaker. I don't know if you've seen Peacemaker over on HBO Max, but that's one that like John Cena played a character where he was kind of an asshole, kind of the villain, And then they were able to take that character and make him a lovable villain in the actual series. So much so, I think it did even better than Suicide Squad. And you kind of fall in love with what that character could bring. And now he's even bigger than he was before. So you're right, characters sometimes can thrive in their own series in a way you never expected them to.
Right. I mean,
it's more work for actors.
Think about Better Call Saul, stuff like that. I mean, taking a character out and just like creating something so dynamic and able to stand alone, even without. But I mean, all of the other content only adds to its lore, really, and how great it can be.
It's great. It adds like that a whole kind of world starts developing around you now. And that's what I think James Gunn wants to do. He wants to start showing everything happening around. I'm just not sure how you do Jimmy without having like Lois there, or maybe unless he goes on a road trip or something crazy happens with his girlfriend maybe, or something, it's like a whole separate story. Maybe they could do something like that, which, it's the sky's the limit with writing. You never know.
You never know. And I mean, depending on what projects they're all working on, So much of the time, scheduling just makes something not work at the end of the day. But if they can make money off of it, they'll do it.
And they'll go for it. They will go for it. Yeah. I know Sean saw this finally. He saw it on Monday, right, Sean? You saw Superman?
I did. I saw it Monday. Yeah. So pretty fresh.
Pretty fresh. Not too long ago. That was just like a few days ago here, Sean. Man, what do you think? Knowing that you've seen it now, you saw Mr. Terrific. I know you knew Mr. Terrific from the comics before. You knew him from the lore. Is he Jimmy and him? You both know them from the comics. So do you think they're true enough to the comics that comic book fans will like it? And is there anything in this world where they can get their spinoffs? Do you see anything?
I see it for Mr. Terrific. I'm having trouble with Jimmy Olson, much like my panelists here. I think a character like Mr. Terrific, how the hell what does fair play mean on his sleeves? What's with the fucking T? How do the spheres work? I think that there's a lot to still kind of unpack there. He's not the first Mr. Terrific, right?
Oh, really? I did not know that.
There you go. Spoiler there, I guess. But I feel like there's enough there. I really liked his performance. I thought he was very believable as the character. He's supposed to be one of the smartest persons in the world. I felt like he was not super detached, but definitely felt present. I did not need that extra credit scene at the end. Don't save yourself the 5 minutes of sitting through. You don't need that. Made no fucking sense. But and that guy and like that actor is definitely he's been he's gone on record saying it's like I got kind of fucked over by the Marvel movies, the X-Men movies, because they killed off Darwin, his character, so early, and they promised they'd bring him back, and it never happened. And he's kind of looking at this as another shot at doing something right with a good character. But yeah, I think Mr. Terrific's got a couple different ways to go with it. Jimmy Olsen, on the other hand, I don't know what they were doing with him being a Lothario. What was going on there? There's a word. Look it up. GR knows it. My actual theory was, before I saw it, was that Jimmy Olsen was the kaiju because they kept focusing on the kaiju's eyes, and the actor's eyes kind of were the same color. Something I thought that'd be cool. In the history of comics with Jimmy Olsen, they gave that man a lot of weird superpowers throughout the ages.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was a giant turtle. He called Giant Turtle Boy. He had a giant brain. He was a mental powers man called Super Brain. What else here? Speed Demon. He had super speed. Elastic Lad was him just being able to train. Sure. Cool. I didn't know that.
What's the Newsboy Legion too? You know the Newsboy Legion?
I do know the Newsboy Legion. That actually, those characters have recently reemerged into current continuity of DC Comics. Thanks again to Jeff Johns and the
James Gunn's totally doing that. I guarantee.
I mean, it'd be weird. It'd be certainly weird to.
That's what James Gunn likes. Is weird.
I know, and that's great. Metamorpho was great in this movie. I'm not sure why we had to have his son this early in the game with baby Joey. Very strange. But if we're getting a Jimmy Olsen, if we're getting a Mr. Terrific, that means everyone in this fucking series can get a movie. I don't know where they're going to go with this. But yeah, I definitely would love to see more Mr. Terrific, explore the Justice Gang, explore his origins a little bit more. I think that'd be cool because we haven't had a Mr. Terrific, to the best of my knowledge, in a live-action movie. I know we've had him in animated. Don't come for me in the comments here. Yeah, I think the character of Mr. Terrific, I give a shit about that, and I think it'd be cool to explore some of the themes and some of his backstory.
I just want to ask you the overall, Sean. Did you believe that Superman was a hit? Do you think it was a hit? Was it knock it out of the park for you?
I enjoyed a lot of the movie. Do I understand? I'll say this, and this is spoilers. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that's what actually, no, I'm not going to do spoilers because someone hasn't seen the movie yet, and that's not fair.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
No. It's not even a huge but like some of the I understand what they're trying to do. It felt bloated at times. There were almost too many characters in some of the scenes. There were too many things. Too many like bit players were trying to it was crazy to do. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. Shout out to Screen Crush. The breakdowns that those guys did on the Easter eggs was fantastic. We got a little shout out that Gotham City is within driving distance of Metropolis. There was
right there.
There was a couple scenes there where people were getting on the bridge, and I was like, "Oh, exit for Gotham City, interesting." So. Yeah, I had issues with it. It was enjoyable as all hell. It was I liked seeing not a omnipotent kind of Superman, someone that's a little fallible. He struggled. Like there was a point actually where a buddy of mine, he came in from the movie and Superman was already on the ground and Crypto was. He goes, "Did I miss something? Did they fucking start the movie halfway? What happened?" So that was very funny. But it was good to see a Superman get his ass kicked a little bit. Yeah, there's just a lot to like here. And I think it'd be very easy to be jaded and be like, this isn't my Superman, this isn't my Jimmy, whatever. But this was is
that a shot right there?
No, God no. Why would I? love GR. There's just a lot to love about it. It's a positive movie. It's fun. It's kind. The characters are treated like three-dimensional beings. There were too many of them at times, but by all means, it was still very. Honestly, I haven't even mentioned Lex Luthor. Nicholas.
He was so good.
Nicholas, give him a movie. Give him a Lex Luthor movie.
He was so good, man. Put him in the best Lex Luthor.
Really impressed.
Acting his ass off.
He showed the character, just the range that he showed, the consistent kind of seething, resentment for Superman. It was amazing to see that. I was very happy with Nicholas Hoult. So yeah, you're gonna love.
He was the best actor in the whole movie.
That's arguable. Yeah, GR, that's very arguable.
He was so good. I think that what he brought to the table was just the little nuances he had too, just the little things he did. Absolutely. And even how he ramped it up. And James Gunn said he was hardest on him because he knew Lex Luthor had to really stand out.
He had to. Even when you consider the other quote unquote villains or whatever in the movie, that was the most fleshed out. And that's not to say that the engineer didn't have her chance to do it. I still think it was a really weird usage of a specific version of the engineer. I could go on about the engineer. I got all that shit in there. We can do a whole sub video on the engineer. We're not going to do it here. Don't worry.
We should do that, Sean. We should do a sub, just a kick him with KRUSE. Okay.
Wait till they fully announce the Authority, and then we can do a whole deep dive on the engineer if we want.
James Gunn said one day. He said he's still trying to figure that out. So that's not happening anytime soon.
Fine.
Sorry, man.
Hey, trust in Gunn. I would say for an opening salvo, for the first big, massive release for the James Gunn DCU. Well done. Very excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I'm intrigued too, man. It was fun. It's like a live-action comic book. That's what it was like a live-action comic book.
Yeah, it felt very real. Felt very, very realized.
Cartoon.
Ink to film. Yeah.
And I saw it twice. I already saw it twice. I went the first time, and I was kind of weird about it. So I went back, rethinking about how I was, taking it in. But yeah, because I'm used to super. I wasn't high, not that time. But I'll tell you this:
he was high on popcorn.
I know, because I'm used to Superman being like, Superman has those moments where he's like always in charge, and he's always like the lead, and he's got that persona where he's got everything kind of like, I'm the man, like he flies into space and he thinks about everything and looks down at the earth and he's analyzing stuff. We didn't have those moments in this movie, but I realized that he's like supposed to be like 30 years old in this movie.
He's
never been Superman for a few years.
Yeah.
He hasn't grown into that. He hasn't realized how to become that figurehead, that leader, that persona. And I think that's what I didn't realize going into it. And then when I went back thinking about that, I'm like, okay, he's like a kid kind of still figuring it out.
Well, what I really liked and what felt really earned was even though they got not a ton of screen time, Ma and Pa Kent, that relationship, like really to me, like solidified why he was who he was. Like even the little bit of interactions that you got from there. And I think
that was my least favorite.
What do you want? Kevin Costner? What do you want?
I wanted Kevin
Costner. Kevin Costner be like, hey, go let those kids die. Don't save me in this tornado. Bullshit. I think if you're really looking for that kind of Superman where he's serious about it, he's a little bit more refined, a little bit more contemplative and planning and strategic like that, wait for Pa Kent to die. Because I think like that was such a seminal moment in the Superman comics themselves that I think was a really good turning point for the character. And I think if that is in the plan for Gunn for however many Superman movies we get, I think that's where you'll see that turn. So
maybe
that's Jordan's
so.
Point right here. Very true. Of all the iterations of Superman throughout it, if you read anything and you go saw Superman, you're super into it, do yourself a favor and check out All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, and then his version of New 52 Superman. I felt like that stuff I could draw exact parallels between what James Gunn put on the screen and what was in the page there. Like that felt very like good reference points for that, especially the designs of the Superman Fortress of Solitude robots. Like even that stuff like felt very lifted from All-Star Superman. So I was very happy to see that.
Yeah, and Alan Tudyk, guys. Alan Tudyk was still awesome.
He's great.
Like the best voiceover artist in Hollywood right there. I love Alan Tudyk. I know it's a lot, Luke.
I'm so excited to see this movie. I'm going to have to tomorrow morning, maybe. I don't even know. Like, I just want to see it. I'm just excited. And
someone's gotten a matinee, I'm sure, for you. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Nicholas Hoult. I've watched him since Skins back in the day. Like old school British TV in Bristol, and he's just grown into such an incredible actor. I knew he was going to bring it. He talked about he was worried a little bit because he talked to the guys who had played Lex Luthor before and was just like, "What do I do?" And it's
Jesse Eisenberg wasn't big shoes to fill, though. Let me tell you that.
I think he's a great actor. I just don't know about.
When did he talk to Hackman? Did he talk to Hackman? Did he get a chance to talk to Hackman?
Oh.
He actually said that he should never done Lex Luthor before. He said that he thought that ruined his career. That's what Jesse Eisenberg said. No, Jesse Eisenberg.
I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think the world was ready for that take on Lex Luthor, to be honest with you.
The Mark Zuckerberg version.
I think this is the best take. This is the best take of Lex that had ever been.
Nicholas Hoult, your favorite Lex Luthor? That's your Lex Luthor? Is that what you're saying, GR?
GR?
This guy knocked it out of the park.
Oh, wow.
Luke, I'm going to tell you something. It's your first time here, but it takes a lot to impress GR. It takes a lot. So I'm telling you right there.
Well, it says something. I mean, I think he's one of the best up and coming. I mean, he's not up and coming really. He's there, but he's
when Brian recommended I check out Renfield, that to me actually like kind of put me in the man. There's something about Nicholas Hoult, like, and I've liked him previously, of course, but like, you know, like he was. I didn't really enjoy his Beast. Let's be honest. But like, I really liked him in Renfield.
He's good, really good,
and yeah, he was great in this. So yeah, go for it.
And Nick Cage was great in Renfield too. I mean, I enjoyed Nick Cage though. And we're getting National Treasure 3. We talked about that on Monday.
Oh, God. Well, we still need a Tim Burton Superman movie, don't we?
Dude, that would be awesome. I wish it would have happened.
I was looking at Nick Cage's his photos in the bat suit. The Superman suit. I'm thinking Batman right now too.
No, that's right.
But I don't know. It just
the closest we'll get is that shitty Flash movie vignette. That was it. That's all we're gonna get.
That's all we'll get. Yeah.
That's all we'll get. That's fine. Not for us.
Probably best.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Some other alternate universe Cruise Control is talking about it, I'm sure.
Yeah. They're talking about how he's back and we're excited that he's flying through the sky one more time with his light up CG like Christmas lights on him.
Spiders. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Getting Nick Cage. Appreciate Nick Cage always. But guys, Jimmy Olson and a Mr. Terrific spinoff series coming. What do you guys think? Let us know.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all. KRUSE Control Show. KRUSE Control Show.